Joining me for our first segment, we have Ben Nigro, the coach of the swimming and diving team, and Lindsey Jackson as well. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Well, it's that time. Like, championships are already here. It seems like we've been on the air a couple weeks and we haven't had a chance to catch up with you. So how did the season go? I know it's a kind of a big blanket question, but where does the team stand heading into championships?
We've had a really good season so far. We had a mid-season championship in December down in Akron, Ohio, and the team did really well, performed beyond my expectations, and we actually set 11 varsity records at that meet. And we're hoping to just roll off of that momentum right into this championship and break even more records and come out with a wonderful end to the season.
And how's it look for that?
I'm excited. I think everybody's ready.
Now, your sixth season as head coach, and this will be the second time in a row that the championships are local at ECC. So what does it mean to have it close by? Is that something that you liked a lot last year that you're going to try and almost use as an advantage this year?
I really enjoy having it at this facility here at ECC. The conference, unfortunately, has outgrown any of the other pools at the other schools. So having it here allows the athletes adequate preparation time as far as warm-up. It gives us a lot of pool space as far as being able to have the diving and the swimming at the same time.
With regard to this team, it's something, your wife is also a coach, and I'm sensing this kind of theme with Niagara. We've got Kendra Faustin, who travels with the basketball team with the new baby on board. Like, the family atmosphere is there when it comes to Niagara Athletics. So what's it like with the family atmosphere for the swimming and diving? I
think Niagara University itself is a large family, and they really support that very well. Working with my wife is wonderful. She does so much for us that I can't even describe how much she does for us. Just things from setting up meals for the team, counseling athletes. She is the female side to my male side, so it really helps to have, being a coach of both men and women, having a female there to be able to help out in that area.
And Lindsey, what's it like for swimmers and divers on the team? What's it like to have a coach, a husband-wife combination as coaches?
I think they're a great team, and I think they do a lot for the Niagara swim team, and I think everybody's really happy with them.
Now, you've had quite a decorated career. A junior from Marietta, Georgia. Where's Marietta? Just outside of Atlanta?
About 20 minutes.
So how do you get to Niagara from basically Atlanta?
I went on a recruiting trip here. I really enjoyed the atmosphere of the team and the coach, and I like the programs that they offered and the small school atmosphere.
And what was it about Lindsey that when you're recruiting, when you're trying to find the right piece for the team, what was it that made Lindsey stand out?
It's interesting because we were talking about this earlier. When we originally brought Lindsey in, we brought her in for her individual medley and her breaststroke. And since she's been here, we've transitioned her away from the breaststroke, and she holds records for us in the individual medley and now both the butterfly events.
The record, it's a long list. I'm going to go through all these, and I have to read because you have so many records. 100 fly, 200 fly, 200 and 400 IM, 200 and 400 medley relay, 400 free and 800 free relay both. What is the success a result of? How can you span so many different events, really?
I think it all comes from hard work and dedication in and out of the pool, and being able to swim a variety of events is just a great privilege. So
when it comes to the medleys, though, you make a decision to kind of be the jack of all trades and do all the events. So how is that different from a training regimen with maybe some of your other swimmers that would focus on one event specifically?
The workload in swimming is done primarily in freestyle. When you're getting your mileage in, it's done primarily in freestyle. But when we go to off strokes, Lindsey works on all four in harmony. She works on all four strokes every day. She's swimming everything. I'll look over. Sometimes we'll be doing freestyle and she'll be sneaking something else in there. And that really has helped her be successful, not only individual medleys, but the thing that's so great about Lindsey, we were talking about this in the conference room earlier, is that we're able to put her wherever we need her. If we have a meet and we have a hole somewhere in an event, if it's a distance event, Lindsey can get in there and swim distance freestyle for us. If it's a butterfly event, she can do butterfly. This year, we were short on the breaststroke end, so she got back in and started doing some more breaststroke for us. So it's wonderful to have a very versatile athlete like Lindsey.
Is it just a matter of, for you, finding which one you might be a little weaker at the time? Like, is it the same amount of training for each one all the time, or do you watch yourself, whether it's time trials or film? What is it that you use to focus on what needs work at that particular time?
I think that I focus on all 4 strokes every single practice, and I think you have to practice all 4 strokes to become perfect at all 4 strokes.
Where's your biggest improvement come?
I would say in practice, in drills that we do, and focusing on things that I might have done wrong in a meet, and the next day coming back to practice and just working on that.
How about which stroke for Lindsey has come along the farthest in your eyes?
You know, it's interesting because she really has gone through all 4. At one point in her career, I would have said that her backstroke was her worst, but this year her backstroke looks super, and you know, I think that fortunately for us, we have 3 backstrokers, so we haven't had to use her in a backstroke event, but if we had to go to her, I think she would have been right there for us in backstroke.
Tell us about the numbers wall. This is something we've talked to you before on the show. We've never heard about the numbers wall. So what is that?
It was a challenge I put forth to the team a couple years ago. 1, to keep them in shape during the off season, and 2, to kind of help with the mission of the university of helping others. And we asked that the athletes in the off season do some type of charity race, whether it's a running race, a triathlon, an adventure race. It could be a canoe paddle for all I care. I just asked that they do something where the money goes to some charity, and then we asked them to bring their numbers in, and we tape them up to the wall where they can proudly display them.
And how's the competition among the team when it comes to the numbers wall?
Aubrey, I think, won the numbers wall, but I also participated in it, and I did 2 5Ks over the summer, and just helps you keep in shape and give money to a good cause. So.
It also, I mean, just from, I have run 5Ks occasionally, not quite the level maybe, but it might have the same thing as swimming where you get to compete against yourself consistently. Whenever there's a clock, you have the opportunity to compete against yourself. Is that one of the things that's a draw of it as well?
Yeah, I think, you know, and it's interesting because one of the things that is real fun to mention is the hospice race that is out on Porter of the Lake. We've had our team members participate in that, and its first year we had both the male and female winner were swimmers, and then Alex Sweda has won it the last 2 years, the male overall for the 5K. So they also get really competitive outside of the pool, which is really neat to see.
All right, Ben Nigro and Lindsey Jackson here on Purple Eagles Weekly. Best of luck this weekend for the championships.
Thank you very much.